Heavenly Father, in the quiet hush before the world fully awakens, I lift my voice to you, my Lord and my God. It is in these moments, as the first hints of dawn paint the horizon with hues of promise, that I feel your presence most acutely. Before the clamor of the day begins, before the demands and distractions vie for my attention, I seek your face. Lord, you are the stillness that speaks volumes, the quiet assurance that wraps around my soul like a warm embrace. You are the God who commanded light to shine out of darkness, and it is into your glorious light that I turn my heart this morning. I confess that often, the noise of my own thoughts, the anxieties that whisper doubts, and the pressures of life can feel overwhelming, like a storm that threatens to capsize my spirit. But your word, Lord, is a beacon of hope. You promised in Psalm 27:1, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid?" This truth, this divine declaration, is the foundation upon which I build my plea today. I am not asking for an escape from the challenges of this world, but for an awakening to your unwavering love that transcends every trial. I am seeking that profound, sacred inner space where your peace reigns supreme, a stillness that is not empty, but filled with the very essence of your being. Grant me, I pray, the grace to enter into this quiet sanctuary, to perceive your love not as a distant whisper, but as a powerful, pervasive reality that dissolves the shadows of fear and insecurity. May this prayer be a conduit, a sacred portal through which your divine love flows, transforming the landscape of my heart and mind. I stand at the threshold of this day, a day filled with unknowns, with potential joys and inevitable difficulties, and I surrender it all to you. Let the silence of this dawn be a prelude to a day where your voice is heard above all others, where your love is the guiding principle, and where your peace becomes the anchor of my soul. I pray not just for myself, but for every soul listening, for every heart yearning for that deeper connection, for that palpable sense of your presence. May we all be drawn into this transformative encounter, this intimate communion with you, our Creator, our Redeemer, our Sustainer. Let us awaken together to the silence that speaks, to the love that heals, and to the peace that endures. This is more than just a prayer. It is an invitation to a spiritual awakening, a journey into the heart of divine intimacy, where our strength is renewed and our spirits are fortified for the path ahead. Let us begin this sacred journey now, with open hearts and expectant souls, ready to receive all that you have prepared for us. Now let us turn our gaze to the unwavering commitment of our God, a steadfast shield against the encroaching shadows of doubt and despair, as illuminated by the profound promises found in Scripture. Consider the powerful declaration in Isaiah 41:10. "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you, I will help you, I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." This is not a passive statement, it is an active assurance, a divine pledge that resonates through the ages. When we feel the ground beneath us tremble, when the winds of adversity howl, and when the very foundations of our security seem to crumble, we are called to remember this covenant. God does not merely promise to be near, He promises to be with us, an immanent presence in the crucible of our trials. He actively strengthens us, not with borrowed might, but with His own omnipotent power. He extends His help, not as a distant observer, but as a direct participant in our struggles. And He upholds us, not with a fleeting grip, but with the unwavering strength of His righteous right hand, a symbol of His authority, His justice, and His unfailing love. This divine intervention means that no matter how formidable the opposition, no matter how insidious the attack, the believer, when rooted in faith, stands on unassailable ground. The adversaries we face, whether they manifest as internal battles of insecurity, external pressures of societal expectation, or the more subtle whispers of discouragement, find their power nullified in the face of God's active engagement in our lives. Think of a mighty fortress, its walls impenetrable, its foundations sunk deep into solid rock, impervious to the fiercest siege. So too, when we anchor ourselves in God's promises, we become fortified. His word becomes our battle plan, His Spirit our unwavering guide, and His presence our ultimate defense. This biblical assurance is the bedrock upon which we build our spiritual resilience. It is the knowledge that we are never truly alone, never truly defenseless, because the Almighty Himself has declared His intention to be our protector, our sustainer, and our source of strength. This understanding transforms our perspective from one of victimhood to one of victory, from fear to fearless faith. It empowers us to stand firm, knowing that the battle belongs to the Lord, and in Him we are more than conquerors. This foundational truth is not merely an abstract concept. It is a living, breathing reality that we can access and experience in every moment of our lives. It is the assurance that even in the darkest hour, God's light will pierce through. His strength will sustain us, and His victory will ultimately prevail. This is the promise that underpins our hope and fuels our courage, enabling us to face each day with an unshakable confidence in His divine care and protection. As we stand at this pivotal juncture, having journeyed through the profound assurance of divine presence and the unshakable foundation of His promises, a profound sense of convergence begins to emerge. The whispers of doubt that once echoed in the chambers of our hearts now seem to recede, yielding to a more resonant frequency. It's as if the scattered fragments of our anxieties, once disparate and overwhelming, are now being drawn together by an unseen, benevolent force, aligning themselves into a pattern of strength and clarity. This is not a forced reconciliation, but a natural unfolding, a testament to the inherent order and purpose that God weaves into the fabric of our lives. The spiritual landscape, which may have appeared chaotic or insurmountable, is now revealing its underlying architecture, an architecture built not on shifting sands, but on bedrock principles of faith and divine empowerment. Reflecting on this journey so far, we can sense a profound shift occurring within. The internal dialogues that once fueled apprehension are gradually being recalibrated, their narratives subtly rewritten by the persistent, unwavering truth of God's commitment. It is akin to the quiet, inexorable work of a sculptor, where each carefully placed stroke refines the raw material, revealing the exquisite form hidden within. The very essence of our being is being touched not superficially, but at a core level, where fears are transmuted into fortitude and hesitations are replaced by a burgeoning confidence. This transformation is not a sudden, dramatic alteration, but a gentle yet powerful reorientation, guiding us towards a more authentic and resilient expression of our spiritual selves. The cumulative effect of these insights is a growing anticipation, a sense of readiness for what lies ahead, knowing that we are not merely enduring, but actively participating in a divine unfolding. In light of these insights, the path forward becomes clearer, illuminated by the very truths we have explored. The seemingly insurmountable obstacles that once loomed large are now viewed through a different lens, one that magnifies God's power and minimizes our perceived limitations. It is as if we have been given a new set of spectacles, allowing us to perceive the spiritual realities with greater acuity. The challenges that once threatened to overwhelm are now seen as opportunities for divine intervention, moments where His strength is made perfect in our weakness. This perspective shift is not a denial of the difficulties, but a reframing of our response to them, an acknowledgement of the inherent capacity for triumph that resides within us, fueled by an external, eternal source. The air feels charged with possibility, a silent promise of empowerment that beckons us forward, preparing us for a deeper engagement with the sacred. As we pivot towards the final reflection, consider the subtle yet profound realignment that has taken place. The scattered threads of our spiritual journey are not being meticulously tied into knots, but rather are being woven into a seamless tapestry, each strand contributing to a larger, more intricate design. This convergence speaks to a holistic understanding, an integration of the spiritual, emotional, and practical aspects of our lives under the overarching dominion of God's love and power. The anxieties that once held us captive are now being gently released, not through forceful expulsion, but through the steady, pervasive light of divine truth, which naturally dispels darkness. This journey has been one of gradual awakening, of a deepening awareness of a presence that is both intimately personal and universally encompassing, preparing us for a final, resounding affirmation of trust and renewed purpose. The anticipation builds, not from uncertainty, but from the sure knowledge of divine faithfulness, guiding us towards a powerful conclusion. And so, as the stillness of dawn gradually yields to the vibrant tapestry of day, we find ourselves not at an ending, but at a profound beginning. The quiet contemplation, the immersion in the sacred space where God's love first touched us, has not been a mere pause but a vital recalibration of our inner compass. We have journeyed through the whispered assurances of his presence, the bedrock of his unwavering promises, and the dawning realization of our own capacity, amplified by his divine strength. This is not a moment to simply recall the steps we have taken, but to embody the transformation they have wrought. The anxieties that once clung like morning mist have not vanished by force, but have been gently dissolved by the rising sun of his love, revealing the clear, unclouded sky of his peace that now resides within us. This peace is not a passive absence of turmoil, but an active, vibrant presence, a force that grounds us, stabilizes us, and equips us to navigate the currents of life with a grace that transcends our own abilities. It is the quiet confidence that arises from knowing we are not merely weathering the storms, but are anchored in the eye of the hurricane, held secure by an unseen yet undeniable power. The true practice, then, begins now. It begins not with grand pronouncements or Herculean efforts, but in the simple, consistent act of returning to that inner sanctuary, that silent space where his love first spoke to our souls. It is in the daily reaffirmation of his promises, allowing them to shape our perspectives and guide our decisions. It is in the conscious choice to lean into his strength when our own falters, to trust his wisdom when our understanding is limited, and to extend his love to a world that so desperately needs it. This is the ongoing journey of spiritual warfare, not a battle fought with outward aggression, but an internal victory won through unwavering faith and a steadfast reliance on the divine. We are called to live as vessels overflowing with his peace, radiating his hope, and embodying his resilience. Let the breathtaking cinematography of this transformative journey linger in our minds, not as a fleeting visual, but as a reminder of the profound beauty and sacredness that lies within each of us, waiting to be awakened and expressed. Therefore, let this moment be a sacred commitment, a recommitment to the divine partnership that defines our existence. We emerge from this stillness not as the same individuals who entered, but as those who have been renewed, revitalized, and undeniably strengthened. The path ahead may still hold its challenges, its unexpected turns, and its moments of uncertainty, but we now walk it with an unshakable assurance. We carry within us the echoes of his voice, the warmth of his embrace, and the indomitable spirit that comes from being profoundly loved and eternally protected. This is the enduring legacy of our encounter, a faith that is not merely believed but lived, a peace that is not merely sought but sustained, and a hope that is not merely a wish, but a powerful, constant connection to the very source of all life and strength. May we carry this divine empowerment with us, a beacon of light and resilience, illuminating our way and touching the lives of all we encounter today and always.